all making that transition back into the practice, it is easy to think of all the things that we want to be normal again.
And while we're, listing out all the things that we want to be normal again, it can be really hard to stay positive and look at our current situation positively. Well, in this video, we're going to help give you 5 positive perspectives that you can take on the current situation. At the Dental MEP, we use science to teach people skills to you. Do not forget to subscribe to our channel and don't forget to hit the bell so you never miss out.
I personally have a long list of normals that I cannot wait to have again, if that time ever comes, where we're not wearing masks all day, or we're able to easily get in stock N95s or level 3 masks, or scheduling patients doesn't require math between how long is the wait time, who's entering the practice when. But it's important that we try to slow down and also make sure that we are being grateful for the things that this situation has brought to us during this time.
There really are a lot of things that we have gained during this time of the pandemic. I like to think of it as we got a reset button. We're going back into the practice and there are multiple things that we can reapproach and we can start over with. So let's go through some of those positive perspectives that we can take and some things that we really truly have gained.
The first thing that comes to mind when I'm thinking about the opportunities and the things that we have to be grateful for as we're coming back into the practice is that people's comfort level on setting boundaries has been able to increase immensely. So we are now faced with a situation that unfortunately has a huge impact on health and the health of our patients potentially, but it's also given that confidence for us as providers to say, this is what we're okay with, this is what we're not okay with. This is what I have to do for my family. This is what I'm willing to do for the practice. And so really being able to create those clear expectations of what it is that we're willing to commit to.
It really has given us the confidence to say no in all reality and say it in a respectful way. Beforehand, you might have started with a practice and this is the amount of time that you were able to get for a prophy appointment, say for our hygienist. And so you came in and you said, all right, well, I guess I'll just do what I have to do in this amount of time. Now you're restructuring that and you're saying, and you're speaking up and saying, you know what? This is what I'm comfortable with. This is what I can do. This is what I'm willing to do. And that's a great thing that we've gained.
Now, we don't want to say that this is just simply saying no to all sorts of different things that we don't want to do, but it's really having those conversations with our team members to say, okay, this is what's happening from my perspective and this is what I need. And that's why I have to set this boundary. Tell me what's going on for you, and really finding that middle ground to say, okay, well, now that we're able to know one another's boundaries and what's going on, how do we continue forward on this new journey that we're all exploring together?
The second thing that it has really done for us, it has given us all the opportunity to reflect on our career. I'm sure every single one of you watching this video right now can agree with that we all had time to really sit back and say, is this the right career for me? What do I enjoy about it? What do I not enjoy about it? And this is where some of that confidence to set boundaries came from, was on that reflection moment. And what's really great about that is that means that the people who decided to move on, as difficult as that is, we had a lot of people in the dental industry who have moved on and have decided not to be in the dental industry anymore. And what's great about that is that means that this truly wasn't the right fit for them. And there's so much respect for that. And then the people who decided to come back, there's even more of that collaboration feeling of feeling like, okay, we're in this together. You want to be in the dental industry and so do I. And so having that reflection time has been really great for us.
It's good to know where it is that you're getting fulfillment from within your career, or even areas that you want to grow within. So if you're deciding, even if you are staying within the dental industry, and the dental profession of saying, this is where I want to be. This is where the trajectory of my career is leading me. And this is where I want to be able to end up. This is the type of practice that I want to be in. These are the types of people that I want to be able to work with. And having that gratitude as well for our patients and other factors within that as well. So really reflecting on the fulfillment aspect of it too, of why it is that you show up to work, what your why is.
And the next step from that is that it has really created this big team culture. I think that we can all agree that the people who have come back are coming at it with a different aspect, a different outlook on their career. So all of that reflection didn't go to waste. They came back and they said, okay, this is what I enjoy, what I don't enjoy. And with that, you're able to build as a team. That we're in it together feeling is really incredible. We all have been going through the pandemic together. And when you work in a practice together, you get to say, we all are doing this together. We're moving forward together. We're making choices together. We're seeing our patients. We're taking care of the patients who need to be seen during a time of pandemic. And we are important and we are essential workers. And really having that big team culture has been huge.
And it is huge when we're able to step back from what it is that we do, because it's hard to have that sense of appreciation for the people that you work with every day when you're there every day, right? Absence makes the heart grow fonder. So when you take 3 months and you're out of the practice, you start to realize how much it is that you miss your team members. Certain factors, the conversations that you got to have, or even just the check-ins and the greetings every day, and how much that builds you up as a person, whether it's on your personal or your professional level, but really just having those relationships and seeing what it is that they mean to you.
Yeah, we really start to value the relationships. It's not just the professional relationships, it's our relationships with our patients too, not just our team workers. We have all these patients that we didn't realize how much we enjoyed having that time with them. Maybe even if it's just that you enjoy that quiet time, that moment of silence when nobody is talking, your hands are in a patient's mouth and you are just getting things done. There are little things that we didn't realize about our own personalities and ourselves that we enjoyed on a daily basis. You know, you hear all the time that people don't realize what they love or what they loved about someone until they're gone. And it's always those little things. And I feel the same way about our careers, that during this time, it was those little things where you said, oh my God, I didn't realize how much I just loved sitting this close to somebody. Like, I didn't realize how hard it was to be so distanced from strangers, to be able to have small talk with somebody who you've never met, to try and build connections with people I've never met. There's so many little things that we can go back on and reflect on and say, you know, the value of a relationship really is huge. And to be able to have that perspective is great for us to be able to move forward and know and appreciate those little things moving forward too.
The fifth and final thing that we're going to go over that we are grateful for having the opportunity to really focus in on during this time is professional growth. So the amount of CE that has transitioned online, just improving the access to all of us.
We're like the most educated professionals right now that we have ever been in our entire career.
It is amazing. And that combined with the downtime of the offices being closed, we have had plenty of time to be able to jump online and take courses to re-excite ourselves about certain topics, or to even explore different topics that we had never had the time, that we always said, you know, if I had the time, I would go on and learn about X, Y, or Z. And now we don't have a no time excuse. Yes. So we've jumped on, we've done a lot of that CE, and then we're bringing it back to our practices as well.
Yeah, the access to CE has really expanded too. You can see all of these different amazing speakers who were always live event speakers now coming on to us online, a lot of more online platforms. We have our MVP Foundations course. It gave us the time to be able to create that. So watch for that. You have so many more courses that you can take that are going to help you to dive deeper into your career and to expand on yourself. And with that, even with the professional growth, I think there's been a lot more sharing of ideas as well through team members. You know, a lot of us will take CE courses and it's just kind of our own knowledge and we might want to share it with each other. But what I've seen is a lot of people have been sharing that knowledge with each other. They were sharing it throughout the entire time. And we learned so much about PPE and infection control that I think we have ever learned in all of our schooling, whether you're a dentist, assistant, hygienist, front office. It's really been great for us. And you have members of the team who now are going to be stepping out of their original roles too. One thing that has happened during this time is, say for a waiter, you know, they can't just, during the time, they couldn't just say, well, I'm just a waiter. That's all I can do, because there was no job for you. So they had to change their job titles. They had to change what they were going to be doing. And the same thing has happened in dentistry. We all have this huge professional growth. We didn't only grow our minds, but we're growing our skill sets because we're all doing things a little differently.
The cross training within the practice has definitely increased immensely because we're trying to limit the amount of people that were in the office at a point of time. And so we still had a lot of the same duties and roles that had to be completed, but with a much smaller team force that was in the practice. So the cross training has been great. And then as we start to come back into the practice, the meetings that we've always said we should have, we're now having for the most part. You see so many practices that are like, okay, we're going to have a meeting regarding PPE. We're going to have a meeting regarding infection control as a whole. And we're going to do training regarding wearing N95 masks and those various factors.
And that builds the team culture. That's all part of that positive team culture that's being built.
Just taking the time to talk to one another, to share our insights, what we've learned during this time, and then coming together to create all of these new policies and procedures and processes that are going to stick with us for a long time. But having the time to really have those meetings has been just immense in what it's going to do for the practices, as well as the team cultures and our profession moving forward.
So here's a challenge for you. If your list of the things that you can't wait to go back to normal are this big, I challenge you to write a list that is equally as large, if not larger, of all of the things that you are grateful for during this time of the pandemic. All of the things that have changed, all of the courage that you have had, all of the things that your patients are saying to you, the procedures that you've implemented, all of those amazing positive things, write down that list. And I really hope that that list is even longer. Did you like this video? Do not forget to hit like and don't forget to subscribe to the Dental MVP so you never miss out.